another episode of Maximilian Must Know. We're looking at our second fragrance on the show from the house of Shay and Blue. This is a house that I just like more and more every day. I get more excited about them. I love salt caramel. I think that Oud Alif was really well done. And the ones that I'm really wanting to try is their Black Club Leather and their Blood Orange, which I actually got a sample of with this, and their Almond and Cucumber scent. But when I saw that they had a watermelon scent out, I knew that I just needed it because I've always been looking for a real deal watermelon fragrance. Haven't found that one really yet. I don't think Millésime Impérial by Creed is a watermelon scent. For me, it's definitely more about a nice lemon note with sort of a mineral quality to it. Carolina Herrera Chic is nice too, but for me, it just doesn't scream watermelon. So I really have been looking for that holy grail watermelon fragrance. I wanted this one. I was a little hesitant with a blind buy. 100 ml for $90 is pricey, but I did remember that Shay and Blue does do these 30 ml bottles for 50 bucks. So it's still not the cheapest blind buy in the world, but cheap enough that if I hated this, it wouldn't bankrupt me. And if I love it, I figured I could wear my 30 ml this spring and summer, maybe get 100 ml next year. If you are interested in the Shay and Blue story, please do check out the video that I did on Salt Caramel where we discussed the house. Now, this is number 2 for me in my collection from the house, as I mentioned. Definitely would like to check out more from them. I picked my bottle up from the only United States retailer for Shay and Blue, which is Indigo Perfumery, and the 30 ml bottle costs $50. They also sell the 100 ml bottles for $90. Had a really good experience this time with Indigo Perfumery. Last time I was a little bummed because they didn't send me any samples with my order, and someone was like, well, just request them. And so I did, and I was happy this time. I got a sample of Honey Oud by Flores. I got a sample of Vanilla Flash by Andy Tower, and I got a sample of Blood Oranges by Shay and Blue. I really like Blood Oranges. I love Vanilla Flash. Wasn't too high on Honey Oud. Now, as far as watermelon goes, this is a 2015 release. The perfumer is the in-house nose of Shay and Blue, Julie Masse, and notes on this one are very simple. You've got watermelon, green mandarin, green tea, honeysuckle, vetiver, a very simple and intriguing list of notes. I don't know if these are eau de toilette or eau de parfum or eau de cologne. I can't find it say anywhere on the bottle, or box. Maybe I'm missing something very obvious. As far as your presentation goes, the box is actually the same as the 100 mls. It has a sticker with the name of the fragrance, watermelon. It comes with a blue and white ribbon. The box opens up to that same blue and white pattern for the fragrance to sit in. You have some information on the back and the ribbon. I'm going to talk a little bit about the presentation later. There are some pieces of it that I really struggling to get this on. I really do like, and some pieces of it that don't. The bottle, the 30 ml bottles are nice. As you can see, I've already used a pretty healthy amount of this, and I've only had it really for a couple of weeks. The caps are very flimsy, which again I'll get to later, but the atomizers work extremely well, and I actually like the way they've done their 30 ml bottles. They don't look, sometimes 30 ml bottles can look very underwhelming, sort of like when Creed did their Royal Exclusives in 30 ml bottles. I just felt those looked too sad for me to purchase. But what does this one smell like? Does it smell a lot like watermelon? Definitely yes, more than anything that I've ever smelled. So if you're looking for a watermelon fragrance that's photorealistic, this is going to do pretty well for you. It was a little bit of a letdown for me because I was hoping for something a little bit more exaggerated. Now, that's not to say like watermelon Hubba Bubba or watermelon Now and Laters, but something where the fruit was just a little bit more forward. This one's really restrained and it's very, very fresh. And for me, I think the biggest compliment that I can offer is that the freshness that you get at the top of this, that most fruit scents have, and it usually fades pretty quickly, lasts here for a really long time. It's actually, to me, quite remarkable, which is why I can't imagine this being anything less than EDT. So let's break it down quickly. It opens up with a very fresh and light melon-like note. It's unmistakably fruit. It is possible that someone who didn't know what they were smelling would not guess watermelon. It has that almost sour fresh and watery note that melons can have. Not sour in a bad way, sour in a good way, tart almost. I think that Massey was really wise to sort of surround the watermelon note with green tea and green mandarin, because it sort of reinforces that watery fruit aroma. It's really pleasant, but it's also very soft, and that watermelon to me gets a bit lost with the mandarin and the green tea, but it forms this nice, fresh, watery green accord. Not green like Mosaic by Imaginary Authors or Neo by Zerzhov. Those are very stout green scents. This one is way more light and transparent. It almost smells like if Jean-Claude Elena had done a watermelon fragrance, and I think that's a pretty big compliment. It doesn't really progress as it dries down. It becomes more about the mandarin with the honeysuckle, and that honeysuckle was a great floral choice because honeysuckle, in my experience, can have a very fruity side to it. I really never got the vetiver in the base here. Maybe that's because it too just becomes part of that green accord, but to me the vetiver is very light if it's there at all. I want to be really honest about the performance on this one. The performance is about as good as you're ever going to get for a fragrance like this. Lasts for a really long time, projects pretty well, and you actually get a nice sillage bubble with this one. It is totally 100% unisex, and it's definitely going to do best for you in the spring and summer days. Fine for work or casual. I think it might get drowned out going on a date or a night out. And when I spray this one, I spray pretty liberal because I just love the way it smells. I do 10 or 11 sprays, and I've never had anyone sad. I've definitely gotten my fair share of compliments, but no one, I don't think, has ever recognized it as watermelon. If you were looking for something comparable and for some reason you just didn't like this one, I want to say again, I don't think you're going to do better for a watermelon fragrance. You can definitely try your luck with Millesime Imperial. Maybe you'll feel different than I do. You can try your luck with Chic by Carolina Herrera, Chic for Men. Green Tea Bamboo by Elizabeth Arden smells a lot to me like this. That's a fruity fragrance with green tea notes, so it is reminiscent of this one. Demeter has 2 watermelon scents, a Jolly Rancher one and a watermelon lollipop one. I have smelled neither. And of course, one that I've been dying to try by Profumi di Firenze is Brezza di Mare, which is supposed to be a watermelon and sea salt note, so you could check those out. If someone were trying to talk you into purchasing watermelon, I think they would tell you that it's really close to what an actual watermelon smells like. It smells very good. 30 ml is a sort of no commitment size to try, and Shay and Blue is getting a reputation in my eyes for just delivering quality fragrances. So and again, they've hit that mark here. I think if someone were trying to talk you out of watermelon, they would tell you that it's not maybe the ideal watermelon scent for you. If you're looking for something over the top and exaggerated, you know, this might not float your boat. You do sort of need to apply a lot of it for it to really shine, but that's the case with most lighter fruit notes, and I think the presentation could be better. I think the watermelon, the stickers that they put here, I just think they're really hokey. I just think they don't need to re-emphasize that. The boxes look so nice, and you sort of have this sticker that looks like it could be in a Yankee Candle or something like that, and I think I would really love it if they would make the caps a little bit heavier, because on the 100 ml bottles, the caps are just so flimsy. It really does make what is a premium presentation and scent. I think it devalues it, to me at least. I love the way the bottles look, and I love the boxes, so no other complaints there. So rating wise, I really vacillated on my opinion of this one. I actually rewrote my review a bunch of times. I actually started out thinking, oh man, this doesn't smell like watermelon, to wow, this smells exactly like watermelon, to but I wish it smelled like candy watermelon, to well, that would be irresponsible of Shay and Blue to make a candy watermelon scent. And that's why I think it's tough to review something without at least a couple weeks of it under your belt. But that's where I think I am. Shay and Blue did a good job on this one. Would I like the watermelon dialed up a little bit? I would. But that doesn't mean they didn't do the job that they set out to do, or that you'll feel that way. So I'm going to give this one a 7.5 out of 10. For me, it's not the ideal watermelon scent, but it's a really good one, and it's really close. I do think Shay and Blue needs to modify their packaging. We won't talk any more on that. I also wish they'd work on distribution so that there was a place in New York City where I could go check these out. Regardless, Shay and Blue's a really exciting house. I got a sample of Blood Orange with this one, and that one's really good too. So I've smelled watermelon, Oud leaf, salt caramel, and Blood Orange from this house, and I would definitely wear all 4 of those. The only 2 that I would say are full bottle worthy for me are Oud leaf and salt caramel, but I think that watermelon and Blood Orange are great summer choices, and I might be tempted to pick up a 30 ml of Blood Orange if they ever are available for retail in New York. I'm also unbelievably excited to see what Shay and Blue has in store for the future, and really anxious to check out Almond Cucumber and Black's Club Leather as well. And if you are in the market for a watermelon fragrance, guys, you've got to give this one a real look. So that is my review of Watermelon by Shay and Blue. If you have any questions about this fragrance, please feel free to reach out. We, of course, will have more videos next week, guys. You know who I am. My name is Maximilian.
Cause you know I only stepped out to get dinner, and I'm eating so much I bought extra. So much so the dinner's now turned into breakfast. I only Rolexes to hug your road. I love your corner.